Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Playoff Friday at this 2019 Target USA Cup. My name is Tim McNiff, and this is Beyond the Bench Live. We have reached that point at USA Cup where all the teams competing outside here today are in it to win it. The big question is, who will still be standing at the end of the day? Here's what we're told we can expect today weather-wise. The temperature right now outside, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 25 degrees Celsius for those of you from countries that use the metric system. The temperature today predicted to reach a hot and humid 93 or 33.8889 on the Celsius reading. There's a 40% chance of thunderstorms after 3 p.m. We have our fingers crossed, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky like yesterday, and the clouds will keep us on the cooler but dry side. While you have heard me say this many times throughout the tournament, we think it bears repeating. The USA Cup this year features 651 teams from 22 states and 20 countries. And you know what? We're always looking to grow. How do we do that? We recruit, and we want you. Or more specifically, this guy does. Joining us now, Aaron Schmidt, Recruiting Director for USA Cup. You're a busy man.
Absolutely.
Thank you for carving out a little time to sit in with us this morning on Beyond the Bench Live.
Thank you for the invite, Tim. I appreciate it.
It's great to have you here. This is something that is so neat for those of us here. We walk around and you see these teams, you hear the different languages, you see the different colors, and you think, what a phenomenal tournament. How in the heck did all these people get here? So how does the process work?
It really is a phenomenal tournament, and it takes a lot of time for these teams to get here. Really, right now, I'm already looking at 2020. It's at least a year-long process for a lot of these teams that come here. One of the ways that we actively recruit is by going and visiting these clubs. So I travel the U.S. and sometimes internationally to go and see where the teams are actually coming from to get to know them a little bit better so that we can provide a great experience for them as well.
I know last year we were talking at the tournament and we said, hey, we've got teams from 48 of the 50 states, and we're kind of like, well, who don't we have?
Yeah.
And we said, let's go out and get Maine and Rhode Island.
Maine and Rhode Island,
and
absolutely.
You know who's here this year?
They're here.
Yeah, and we have done our best to roll out the red carpet. They've been on this program. They said they've had a phenomenal experience to this point.
Phenomenal.
And it's not just about recruiting the teams and getting them here, but once they're here, we want them to know, we want you to have a great experience and to come back.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the role when the teams are actually here. It's all team relations for me. So I'm making sure issues in the dorms, transportation, everything. I want to take care of them. So it's not only a good experience on the field, but off the field as well. And that includes parents as well. Last night we just had a coaches and managers event where we got to take care of them as well too. So it's a full out experience for not only players but coaches as well.
We have countries like Mexico send a lot of teams, and we get Japan sends Tokiwagi every year, and we look forward to that. So if someone sees this, and they're like domestic United States, or in a smaller country, and they're thinking, well, we're just kind of a small club, I probably don't fit there. Not so much.
No, that's completely, you hit it on the head right there. USA Cup is unique in the fact that we have multiple divisions. So it's not just the elite tier teams for the professional clubs. We have usually gold, silver, and bronze divisions. So even if it's a local small town city club that wants to come out, we have an opportunity for you. And it's the experience that you really want it to be. It's so unique. It's just a different atmosphere than anything else out in the world.
So I watched you the first couple of days when the teams were checking in, and you're talking to people. You've got like multiple phones working. You're in 10 places at one time. And then I talked to you and I said, "Oh, I suppose now that they're checked in, your kind of your responsibilities." And you kind of looked at me like I had three heads, which a lot of people do. and you said, "No, because now you're about taking care of people." And you're already looking ahead to next year?
I'm already looking at next year. Next year's date, July 10th through the 18th. We're planning. We've got brochures printed. We're sending them home with people so that the teams that are here this year that had an absolutely phenomenal experience can come back next year and tell others about it. So
it's two tournaments. There's the weekend tournament. There's the main tournament. Some teams have come from far away. They're here for the week. They use this. It's training. You get a lot of different. So again, if someone's watching this, what's the first thing they should be doing? Where should they be going to investigate USA Cup for 2020?
Absolutely. It's definitely good to visit the USA Cup website, but then also email market@usacup.org, which is a great way to be able to contact us. It's going to come email to me, and I'll definitely take care of you.
Aaron Schmidt is the recruiting director for USA Cup. I just have to say one thing. It's been phenomenal having you here.
Absolutely phenomenal. Thanks for having me, Tim.
Thank you, sir. So what is happening on the social scene here tonight? It's the biggie tonight, folks. We're talking about the Grand Dance. It's the grand finale to a fantastic week of competition, and you are encouraged to to, like Aaron Schmidt, look your best. Chaperones must fill out the chaperone form and bring it to the dance. Please do not bring bags or purses, and I'm sorry, but no younger siblings are allowed. Welcome back to Beyond the Bench at the 2019 Target USA Cup. We want every kid who comes to USA Cup to have a wonderful experience. We want them to be healthy, happy, but unfortunately, injuries are a part of the game of soccer. Nobody knows that better than Bill Nice, field medical coordinator for this event. And you've been here as part of the event since 1986. What happened in year one?
I got tapped on the shoulder to see if I wanted to help. Not having any idea of what I was getting into, but in those days we had maybe 8 to 10 fields, and we picked up patients on Army litters and ran with them to a tent that was hotter than if we just left them outside. And electricity, I think we had a small fan kind of attached to one of the posts in the tent, and it was pretty primitive. And that was the first year that Dr. Elias was involved too, and it's gone gangbusters since then. I think we probably started seeing by maybe 100 kids that year. Last year we saw almost 600 as far as medical calls in the field, and then there's walk-ups in the clinic, and that's we can see upwards of 700 people over the course of the week.
And when you say we, what size staff are we talking about?
So I'm in charge of the coordinating all the supplies and equipment and the staffing for the field team, and so that's 10 carts and over about 50 fields, and then we have to recruit people, so we have every range of credential from first aiders. I have 4 or 5 ninth graders that have been coming out here every day with their first experience with real patients, and so we're teaming them up with medics with 20 years of street experience, and so to emergency medical responders, EMTs, and then paramedics. And so then we spread them out. They're dispatched, so we have a dispatcher that's located in the headquarters in the school there. And as the calls come in from field managers, then they're dispatched. The nearest cart is dispatched over. And then if we have more volunteers than we do carts, then we will station people on foot at some of the field managers' tents. So oftentimes they're going to be the first tier response out there. And then if they need backup for someone that gets transported, they'll call in. So it's a really well-oiled machine. We've kind of honed it after 35 years. Yeah,
you've got it down. And it's a point of pride. And it's something that the National Sports Center not only takes great pride in, but at the USA Cup, we tell people, if you come here, you're going to be taken well care of. And this is something that you've done this so many years now. It has to be a labor of love, because you're not here every day because you have to be.
No. As a coordinator, I could probably take a day off if I want. It's just never been a thought. I get here an hour before the game start, and then set up the staffing and get and then kind of coordinate people to get the carts filled or staffed and
they're
stocked.
all in a line.
Yep, we line them up in the morning, and then everything's numbered. So all the equipment for one cart is cart number 1's going on cart number 1. So we try to keep, if I have volunteers that come every day, I try to keep the lead person on the cart so they know what's in there. It's supposed to be consistent, obviously, but so they know what's in there, they know what they're working with, and then we rotate our younger staff through so they work with somebody different throughout the week if we have people that come in. What we found is I was looking at the list last week, and there was a couple shifts that were pretty tight. I had 34 that showed up this morning. So they worked a shift, and then, can I sign up tomorrow? Because this was really fun. So the numbers kind of swell as the week goes, because we talk about it, what a great experience this is. Not only is it fun, but they're going to see some things. It's going to, for some it's their first time, and for others it's they've done this forever. So we use it as a teaching session as well. So
and that's what you do. And you are a teacher, Spring Lake Park High School.
Correct.
And so I just want to ask last question, the number of kids that you've seen come through and the things that they've gone on to do.
I've taught thousands of kids. So my primary job is EMR and EMT, so emergency medical responder and emergency medical technician. And our push is for those students to take that EMT test and watch them go out and then start working with it. I'll be writing my 4th letter of recommendation for a student who's applied for medical school here in the last 3 months.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I mean, to me, it's an honor that they would think highly of enough of their experience in my classroom and all the other things that we do outside of it, that 4 years after they graduate, that they think that their experience in high school would have relevance to their application in medical school. So, and so we have kids that are EMTs, firefighters, paramedics. We have nurses all over the place. We have a graduate who's doing brain surgery down in San Antonio, Texas. It's just been a phenomenal experience. The 1 years there have gone really fast. I was a student. I started as a student and have been really involved in peripheral ways while I was in college throughout since my days in the classroom as a kid. So we have had a tremendous amount of success.
Well, we are very proud to have you guys. You're a vital part of this this event. Obviously, could not do this without you and all the people that are doing this for you. We thank you, and we hope that you'll consider hanging around and doing a few more tournaments down the road.
That's my hope. God willing, the creek don't rise.
He is Bill Nice, Field Medical Coordinator. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Okay. Watching the U.S. women compete and win at the World Cup, we were hoping we may get one of them to visit USA Cup. And boom, it happened. Thanks to our friends at Target, Team USA defender Allie Krieger was on hand yesterday afternoon. As polite and gracious as she is tenacious on the pitch, Krieger says she loves to meet kids, and she was impressed by what she saw at USA Cup.
Thank you to Target. Thank you to USA Cup. I couldn't be happier to be a part of it. Thank you for sharing that experience with me, and I'm so happy to give back, and I can't wait to see these young athletes thrive in the future.
And the hits just keep on coming. Target bringing in former U.S. women's team member Shannon McMillan today. Full details, including where you can also find top Minnesota United players making appearances, can be found on our blog at blog.nscsports.org. And for more great content on USA Cup, follow the NSC Sports team on social media. You can find them on Twitter at USA Cup Soccer, Facebook/USA Cup, Instagram at USA Cup Soccer, Snapchat at NSC_sports, and once again, check out the blog at blog.nscsports.org. Coming up at noon, we're going to look at the practice of using guest players from someone who matches players with teams in need, and with the player who's competing with teammates they didn't know until now. And we're going to meet twin sisters who are not only part of our medical staff here at the USA Cup, they are also world champions. Thank you for joining us on behalf of the good folks here at the National Sports Center. We hope it is a fantastic playoff Friday here at USA Cup and in your world. And we look forward to seeing you right back here at noon on Beyond the Bench Live.